Kind of tired of doing it by hand. I don't know about you. So we're gonna do some one-way ANOVA, and we're going to use XL minor. So if you go in here, it's ANOVA single factor, i.e., so you're gonna highlight your data set, click in the input range. Of course, we have labels for gosh sakes, and then click over here somewhere and put that in the output range. And voila, there you are, my friends. This is the same sum of squares you would get if you did it by hand. It's the same SSE you would get if you did it by hand. This is the same MSE, same, I'm sorry, MSR, MSE, divide, still get 7 point, not, yeah, basically 8. And then you get your F statistic there, and voila, there you go. This thing here you can kind of pay attention to. In the old days, why we'd have a critical value. And if you were out past it, see we're at 8 and 3 is basically the critical value, then you'd reject H knob. This gives us the P value, so that's the big deal. And then again, same as always before, there's your averages. So of course we can come back and do the Bonferroni test later on. That's really odd. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm just gonna run through the whole if I did it by hand routine just for fun, just because it's easy, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna write 32.15 just for fun. 40, oh, 125. It's gonna get all pissy if I don't do exactly the same. Now again, this is nothing. I would never do this. You know what I'm saying? You either poach your eggs or you fry your eggs. You don't poach them and then turn around and cook them and fry them. That's ridiculous. I'm just showing you that it does come out the same if you did it right. So what Groom's going to do is just going to run in here and just have a little fun, just, whatever. Yeah. So it's equals parentheses. Oh, wait, I need the average. I need the total grand mean, don't I? So equals the average. Well, I don't have to do that. Actually, watch this. You ever see this? See right there, it'll tell you the average. Bam, 40.77. So I'm just going to write that down right here, 40.77. Okay, cool. So anyway, Groom's gonna go ahead and do this. So it's equals this fella. Well, it's equals how many in this first column? There's 8 in the first column. So 8 times this fella minus this guy. Gonna go ahead and hit F4 just because I can. Square. Oh, well, I could do that. Yeah, I guess I can. I guess I'll do that. And then I'll drag it across. Now, what I'll have to change is how many are in each column, but that maybe is easier than not doing it that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess, in this column. Yes. The next one is 8 again. That's right. That's right. That's right. So then it should be equals the sum of them guys. And 1685. Well, that's pretty daggum close. I must have done something a little off, but you can see it's pretty close to the same thing. So obviously I probably rounded a little bit and the computer didn't. Whatever. Good enough for government work there, okay? Right. And then the other thing I would say is this for the within groups, of course, same thing we did before, equals parentheses this guy minus his average. A couple $signs on that one. Squared. Done. Paste it down. And drag it across. And then listen, you got to get rid of this one because it's blank over there. And that one and this one, I believe. You with me? So if you take the sum of them guys equals the sum of these dudes, you'll get 1729, which is awfully close to that. Again, one of my averages must be wrong. I must have typed something in wrong or something. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Oh, 375, and I have an 8. It's right there. Do you see it? What a buffoon. Groom, couldn't you just fix it? I probably could. Let's try that. Did everything come out all right now? 1701. How about that? 18. Oh, that one's still a little weird. This one's still a little weird, friends. I'm not sure what that's about. Don't really care either. Turns out I don't care. Anyway, whatever. And then, of course, your degrees of freedom, n minus 1. So 3, or k minus 1, rather. How many numbers were there? There were 30 numbers total. That's 29 here, 26 there. So this divided by 26 is this. This divided by 3 is this. This over this is this. And then anyway, that's the gist of it. So again, all I'm going to ask for you to do from now on, oops, all you're going to be doing from now on one-way ANOVAs, except maybe on the test, I might have you do one by hand, is simply write out your H knots. Okay, is there a difference? Yep, nope, whatever, done. And then fail to reject. Oh, I rejected H naught. What does that mean? There, at least one of them is significantly different. And then we're going to do the Bonferroni test, but it's all going to be done in the calculator, in the computer now. Okay, so if you recall, Bonferroni is you take the average of this one minus this one, right? And if I'm smart, which no one's ever accused me of that, I maybe do this just for fun on this one. Just see what you think about it. See if you can see what I did. Squared, or no, not squared. Divide by, rather. Divide by squirt. Divide by squirt of MSE, which isn't going to change. So MSE, so better hold that in place because you don't want that to change. Times, oh, I gotta have parentheses on this whole shebang. Times 1 over, now again, if I'm smart, I'll lock that puppy in. Plus, oh, it's 1 over that. Sorry, my bad. My bad. My bad. Plus 1 divided by that guy. And hopefully that comes out all right. And you'll see that you get negative 3 point whatever. Now, if I did it right, let's see if this works. So I just compared Washington to Oregon. Now it's this should be Washington, Idaho. That should be Washington, Montana. That should take care of them. Let's see if I did it right. By God, I did. Nice. Now, what a guy can do is this. If you drag this sideways, you're like, is that going to be right? No, it's not going to be right, but it's going to be similar. You with me? And here's what I say. So let's go have a look at this. See what we messed up here. Okay, so what happened? Well, I drug that D. Yeah, that one's correct, but this is all screwy as heck. What up, bro? Bruh. So this needs to be over here, except that now the difference is this time I want to move it down. Oops. So the difference is this time I don't want this one. I want this one to be D17. You with me? And this one I want to be D18 because I want to compare Oregon versus the other two. Is that right? You see what I'm saying? And then, yeah, yeah. Now, if I'm smart, I could have fixed this. I could have fixed this and done it correctly, but I didn't think about it ahead of time. With the appropriate dollar sign, I could have put a dollar sign right in front of this B here, and I would have been okay. I would have kept it in that column. That should work. And we'll paste it down, but we don't, oops, we really don't want to paste it all the way down because we just want to do Oregon versus Idaho and Oregon versus Montana. Are you with me? Nice. And so if you look at it, you're like, wait, there's a big difference here. Yeah, that's what it's saying. This and this don't look very different. I know that's what it's saying. You see that? Probably. And then the last one we see do Idaho versus Montana, or I mean, yeah, Idaho, Montana. You knew if you want to drag it sideways, or you can just recreate the whole shebang again. I don't really care. Before choose 2 is 6 combinations. Here they all are. So if you look on this, this is wrong. We need to have it be comparing. Well, we need to be comparing D18, I guess. And D19 probably, eh? Yep. And then we want to be doing 18. B18 minus B19. B19, B19. Done. Okay, and if you look at it, well, that looks like there'd be a wild difference there. You're probably right. And then equals T dot inverse of 0.025, comma, degrees of freedom is going to be for us, it's the degrees of freedom for MSE, so 26, negative 2.05, or 2.05. So different, different, different. So let me just highlight them for us so we can all look at them and go, Mr. Groom, that looks different. I know. Different. Is this one different too, Mr. Groom? I feel like it is. What about this one here? I feel like it is too. Now, what's the easiest thing to say? Bro, there's no difference between Oregon and Montana. That's the easiest thing to say. Are you with me? Oregon and Montana, let's say low scores are the worst. Oregon and Montana both suck. Equally suck. You with me? There's no significant difference between those two. So that's telling me, okay? Everybody else, significantly different. And that's one way to know for you. All right, goodbye.